back. Season 2, episode 9 is what we're on currently. So welcome back to King's Crossing. My name is Wrath. I'm your DM. I am joined by a bunch of players. They are my current party within this campaign, featuring Grunkle, played by Mr. Pickles, Torvekek, played by Fred, and Carwyn, played by Daisy. I had to really make sure I got that right. I've messed them up in the past, but I think I got all those names correct. We did good. Excellent. Okay. So we're diving right back in where we left off. Episode 9. Episode 7 is the last time you guys would have seen these characters, and we ended on a bit of a stressful situation, I think, for all the viewers and for the players. I got some feedback during the week, basically, that was just like, I'm so mad, but I'm also loving it, but I'm mad. Which is great. Great to feel as a DM. But we are going to dive right back in if you guys are all ready.
Ready as I can be, I guess.
Excellent.
Grunkle
sad. Okay. After spending some days on the road, trapped inside this custom-built, reinforced mobile jail cell wagon, the champions of Mount Starlight found themselves in a high-speed chase. As your caravan ran across a wave of refugees fleeing a pack of monsters called Hunger Shades. You guys quickly became the next target. As the monsters began pursuing the convoy, this chase carried you at dangerous speeds across uneven terrain, and eventually taking you to an old stone bridge across a deep chasm. But before you could see your horses and wagon across, or more so, the caravan that is carrying you could, one of the Hunger Shades was able to sink its ravenous teeth deep into the driver of the cargo wagon, rendering him motionless. Carwyn, a new arrival who boarded the caravan on the move, was able to dislodge the shade, but the damage was done. The cargo wagon, without a driver, began to swerve and slipped off the edge of the bridge. Grunkle, falling to his knees inside the gnome-built prison as Hunger Shades sapped all the hope he had held onto for so long. Carwyn leapt onto the wagon in an attempt to save it. The lost sons on board, or maybe the supplies it carried, but was unable to correct its course. Torvekek, with a last-minute split-second decision, mustered all the strength he had left to escape his cell, move to the front of the wagon, and leap toward the cargo wagon. And with a failed roll, that is where we left our players. Hanging over the abyss off this stone bridge in quite the precarious situation. So welcome back. As your caravan, once again, we are barreling across this rock bridge. The cargo wagon, now with its back end sliding over the edge. The horses pulling it begin straining as the weight pulls them backwards. Jeremy, the young boy who serves as the scribe for the Lost Sons. Jess, the medic of the group. Radek, the now comatose quartermaster. And Carwyn, the creature of the woods who joined this convoy mid-route. They all stand atop this wagon, this cargo wagon. As Grunkle, still on his knees, stares blankly at them, unable to save the friends he'd made as a new man. Torvekek sprints. One step, hitting iron bars, then another, as he launches himself off the prison cart toward the cargo wagon. Welcome to episode 9 of King's Crossing, season 2. Okay.
You put a little pizzazz on that season 2.
Yeah, season 2.
Spicy.
Well, there was already an episode 9, but that was season 1, so.
I like the order.
Yeah.
That's spicy.
Yeah.
It's a pepperoni pizza.
Okay, so what you all see unfolding around you, unable to act as just this moment stretches into what feels like forever, right? The horse-mounted Lost Sons, Kylie, Captain Blackheart, and Sir Gregory, right? So you've got let me paint this picture, make sure that we're all in the moment. So Carwyn, you're hanging onto this cargo wagon. trying to shake, the driver awake or into an aware state to be able to get him to move or drive or something, anything at this point. You've thrown the reins to Jeremy, the young boy who has no idea how to drive this wagon, is fumbling at them, like completely shocked, kind of in a state of shock at what he's just seen. You got Jess on the back trying to climb up as the back end of this wagon is hanging off the edge of this bridge, sliding backwards as the horses struggle to pull at it. You've got Torvekek mid-leap, just flying through the air. And at this point, Grunkle, you're staring blankly, just unable to move, unable to assist, unable to muster any emotion towards this situation.
Am I?
We'll see. So in this moment, you guys see Kylie, Captain Blackheart, and Sir Gregory, the 3 horse-mounted Lost Sons. You see a whistle, or you hear a whistle ring out. You guys probably in the moment, you don't see what's happening, but you hear a whistle ring out. And you see from up ahead, it seems like Captain Blackheart and Kylie have turned their horses around. And as they ride past you guys at a full sprint, heading back the way you guys just came from, Sir Gregory has turned his horse around and begins to ride with them. As the 3 horse-mounted Lost Sons charge back across the bridge that you guys have come across so far. Carwyn, you're going to be the only one who notices what happens next. As Torvekek is mid-leap in the air, Grunkle on knees. You are the only one who is able to kind of be able to watch the surroundings and see what's happening around you. And what you notice is, as they charge back across the bridge towards the hunger shades that have been pursuing you. Now remember, we left these hunger shades, as you guys went towards the bridge, they stopped pursuing in a full-on sprint and just started walking. Like cockily, right? Cockily? That's a word, no? In a very cocky manner. They begin.
That's better.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know if that's the word I want there. They begin just walking towards you guys, as if they knew they didn't need to sprint. And as you see the 3 horsemen ride back towards them, you see the one that you had shot, killing it off the cargo wagon that had just feasted on Radek, rises to its feet, as it seems you were not able to kill it. Or it came back. And the last thing you see is as Torvekek, hands outstretched, reaches the wagon for a hand, for anything. As out of view from Grunkle and Carwyn, Torvekek's body goes over the side of the bridge. What do you do? I meant the other 2. Yes. Thank you. What about the other 2? What do you guys do?
Would you like to go, Daisy?
I want to try and help Jess up so she's not going to fall.
Okay. Jess hanging off the back of the wagon. Absolutely. How are you wanting to help her up?
Pulling her up since I'm in a pretty sturdy position on top of the wagon.
Okay.
Just like using as much body strength as I can to just pull her off of falling.
Absolutely. That is going to be an athletics check. And as she hangs off the side, as this thing is teetering over the side of the bridge, you're about 50%. Like, this wagon is about 50% on the bridge, 50% off. It's hanging at an angle. You are going to reach for her. As you do, it's going to be a challenging check. Athletics.
Okay. Oh.
You didn't want to roll that.
You did not want to roll that.
Well then. That happened.
As you reach for her, you go to turn, reaching for her. The gear you're standing on top of comes loose, falling backwards, hitting her as you see her go down over the side of the wagon. Jess is no longer in eyesight.
Which side? Off the bridge or on the bridge?
Off of the bridge. So say the bridge is here, you're hanging off the side, like the wagon's teetering like this. This would be on the bridge, this is off the bridge, right? So
Okay,
it's
there you go.
teetering. You've got her hanging on the back here. You're up on top. You reached back to grab her.
Yeah. Okay.
Cargo fell. Grunkle?
If I can just note for like the people managing the Wikipedia of this, if you give Grunkle a flower, you die.
This is so true. The two people who have ever given Grunkle's flowers.
Do not give Grunkle that because it's a curse.
It's gonna be a children's book. If you give Grunkle a flower.
Can I roll something to push Grunkle in a certain direction?
Absolutely. It's gonna be a straight up. You don't have any shades around you right now, so it's gonna be a straight up resolve check. And for you currently, it's going to be it's going to be a standard roll for Grunkle.
Okay, what I'd like for Grunkle to do, what Grunkle should do, if he's able to push through and motivate himself, is that he should get over, try and tip the teetering onto land more as he walks towards that side, and then try and pull it as he gets out and
Okay.
pull it up.
You're still in
that's
your
his-
current cage in the other wagon, which is still moving. So it's going to take some work.
Oh, that's right.
Both
yeah.
wagons are
Okay,
still moving.
yeah.
It's just the one wagon is basically grinding along the side of this edge as it's slowly going over.
Gotcha. We got four fortune points.
Yeah.
Click, click, pull.
So just so you know, it is a standard check. It would be harder, but one of your comrades recently spent an entire turn and multiple action points trying to boost your morale and give you some resolve to pull yourself out of this, so it became slightly easier, giving you a standard check. You don't have any shades around making it harder, so just so you know, that's why you're rolling standard. I know we talked about it in an unrecorded under the table, where we talked about some of the bonuses you guys were getting, and we should be more vocal about why you're getting them. This one was from one of your allies, your comrades.
Gotcha.
You rolled a 79, you needed a 42 or less. Would you like to reroll?
I want to use my my one designated fortune point from the group to do this. Yes. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
You rolled a 52 out of 42. Would you like to reroll?
No.
Okay. What does Grunkle
Well,
do?
yes, but no, I don't want to burn through our team's points. Grunkle will sit back down because that is his name, his title.
Okay. You're going to spend your whole action? Your whole turn?
If I mean, I can't roll again for resolve.
You can. You have a reroll.
I meant as like a second action.
No. You can do a different action.
Okay. Well, I feel like with 4 points, we each have 1 point to spend and then 1 point to pool as a group.
That's up to you guys.
Yeah.
I didn't make that rule.
You can totally spend them at will. I mean, if it's like a peril situation, and this is a life or death.
This is a Grunkle needs to
Type
pull
thing?
something situation, and so it'd be nice for Grunkle to be able to be in the fight, but he's being a little moody. Yeah, no, I think I'll just have to take that for this turn.
Okay. It's at this point I'm going to clear the encounter board. I'm going to need a turn order, and this is specifically just to keep track of turns. You guys aren't currently engaged in combat, and you'll see real soon why. I will use we'll use Jeremy as our Lost Son representative. Grunkle's in. Torvekek, I am adding you to the turn order just so we can address what happens to you in proper order. And then Carwyn, you've been added as well.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I couldn't find it.
All good. That should be everyone, and then we'll add them. Okay.
Damn, no rollers.
What do we got? We got Grunkle with an 8, Torvekek with a 7. Lost Sun's rolling real high. Hunger Shade's right behind him. Carwyn up there though too. Okay, so we've got the Lost Suns followed by Carwyn, followed by the Hunger Shades, followed by Grunkle, followed by Torvekek. Torvekek, it is appropriate that you go last. I'll just say that. Okay, so the Lost Suns. Okay, what are they doing? Jeremy's in a state of shock. He's panicking. Radic is comatose, so we don't need to worry about him. Jess is missing in action, so we don't need to worry about her. That leaves Titus, Selby, and Nealthandir. Nealthandir is still holding onto the back of the cage wagon. As he's going, Grunkle, you won't see this. You might hear this. The cage door has opened. The cage door to your prison wagon is open.
You want me to roll the notice skill?
No. You. I mean, perception. Sure, yeah. You could roll it to see if you turn around and are aware of what's going on behind you.
Awareness.
Yeah, it'd be awareness, standard difficulty. Okay, 74. You needed a 45 or less. Would you like to reroll?
No.
Okay.
Grunkle sad mode.
So yeah, you hear the cage wagon door open. Meanwhile, I'm gonna need a driving check from them to see how well the second wagon is being piloted. Okay. I, as the DM, am going to tell you this. I should reroll this with my 1 misfortune point that you guys have given me.
Mm-hmm.
However, I also know that there are Lost Suns who are going to be fighting death, and I will need this misfortune point to try and save them. So I am going to hold on to this misfortune point, even though it might not be the right answer. If you guys had given me more misfortune points, I might be able to rectify the situation. But someone didn't want to reroll.
I didn't want to be a greedy player.
Pickles!
It could have been in your favor.
I was trying not to be a dick, and I ended up being a dick.
I, as a DM, will tell you it would have been in your favor if I would have had more misfortune points.
Okay.
Just think about this. What am I gonna do with a fortune point?
You're going to explode your damage. You are going to explode your damage because you're the one who does damage.
Pickles, I am falling off a cliff.
The damage inflicted to him. He's like, make it
you'll
worse.
no. Torvekek is going to deal damage to the mountain that he lands on.
Oh,
Yeah,
just like
so strong.
Cannonball.
He's a dwarf.
I just want you guys to, as players, to be aware that it's not always a detriment. Like, it could be a blessing, right? These misfortune points, as so aptly named. Okay. What you guys see as I believe the Carwyn is about to go. Carwyn, this is what your turn is about to kick off on. As the cargo wagon rolls out across the stone bridge, teetering off the edge, lost control because the driver is comatose. Slid off the edge, is grinding along the side, slowly losing ground. It's about to go over the edge. You, on top, turned around, knocked some luggage off. It smacked Jess in the face, knocking her off. Torvekek has gone off the side. Grunkle riding on his knees, not how I meant it, but riding in the prison wagon behind. And as you look, the riders of the Lost Suns, the Kylie, Captain Blackheart, and Sir Gregory, have ridden out, and you see that they have gotten to the other side of the bridge, the side that you guys came from. And you see they run. They are leaving. So that's the first thing you notice. The second thing you notice is as you're watching the 3 horsemen of the Lost Suns ditch, they are running off towards the south. You all of a sudden get rocked, and I need a coordination chest at challenging difficulty. I don't believe you have any bonuses to this.
Challenging?
Challenging difficulty coordination test from Carwyn. Okay.
Only Carwyn?
Yep, only Carwyn. You have a 34% chance to succeed. It's not great. 78 out of 34. You have the chance to reroll if you'd like to take it.
Mm. I guess I'm gonna do it.
Okay. Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Wow.
Carwyn, as the prison wagon plows into the cargo wagon, just charging ahead forward in a fear and panic, it slams into the cargo wagon, rocking it. As you, on top, roll off the side, you catch yourself on one of the ropes securing all the gear. And as you rock off the side, your other arm goes down, and you feel someone grabs your arm as Jess swings down below, holding on to Carwyn. You thought that was going to be you, Torvekek. It wasn't.
Edit for the Wikipedia
No,
person.
I didn't.
You don't
I
always
didn't.
die.
You're never that nice. You're never that nice, so I knew I'm like 300 feet down. By now.
Carwyn, it is now your turn. As you are tightly secured and holding Jess.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Can I attempt again to pull her up?
Absolutely is going to be a because of your coordination, this would be a challenging chest. Because of your coordination being such a crit, I'm going to allow it as standard.
Okay.
She is not athletic, everyone.
on,
You have a 39% chance to succeed. You got a 71. Would you like to reroll?
No, not this time.
Okay.
I can't.
You attempt to pull her up, you strain, but she doesn't find her footing. You are not able to pull her up. She continues to dangle, but still fully grasps your arm. It seems her strength is holding. She is not letting go. She's not slipping or anything like that. That was one action. You have 2 more actions if you want to do anything else on your turn.
Okay. Is the wagon that I just fell from still moving, or is it now stalled?
Both wagons are still moving. It's just one is sideways sliding. The other one is run into that. They're both basically just, it's a 2-car pileup on this bridge here.
Okay.
Still in motion though.
And I'm holding on to it, so I'm gonna go.
You are
along
holding onto the
with
cargo
it?
wagon. You're still on top of the cargo wagon. You're laying basically on your back, and you've got one hand wrapped around the ropes, and then one hand over the side hanging onto Jess.
Got it.
Yeah.
Ooh. I want to.
Cut to Pickles and Wrath just over here, like in the peanut gallery. What are you gonna do?
Part of playing Grunkle is constantly eating.
This is true. I'm just hungry.
I want to jump off of the wagon, but I don't want to let go of Jess. But
You could let go of the rope.
yeah. But I'm not sure, like, logistically how much space there would be
Come
to
join
jump.
me.
Well, you're currently
Like,
hanging
onto
off
the
the
bridge.
side, so there's plenty. Oh, onto the bridge? There's not much room.
Yeah,
There's
not off the.
plenty of room off the bridge.
No,
you
no.
would have
Plenty
to.
of room down here if you want to join me. Weather's great.
You would need to climb to the top, to the front.
Oh, the front.
Excuse me, to the front of the wagon to be able to get over
Okay.
there. But you're currently holding onto another body, as well. So it's up to you what you feel like your character is capable of and wants to attempt.
Currently feel like I'm capable of nothing.
Welcome to King's Crossing. What would you like to do? She sounded a lot like Torvekek.
No, I have hope still. Can I send Kestrel out for like an aerial search? Because I have a bad feeling. I don't know what's ahead, but I have a bad feeling that something is either very bad ahead or it's like a dead end or something.
You
So
are
I wanna get a reading on
absolutely
that.
able to do that. Go ahead and roll your awareness. Don't forget to add your bonus.
Yay.
Okay, you needed a 15 or less. You got a 16. That is a success. I am going to message you what you see.
Oh, okay. Fun.
So, Fred and Pickles, talk amongst yourselves.
It's
All right.
not like I could do anything. I'm currently falling to my doom.
Yeah, okay,
I don't know
so
what
you
I do
could-
with this information.
You could certainly have a reflection on the things you were firmly wrong about, and that elves could make tunnels just as good as dwarves with organic roots. That's all you need. You don't need all these stone and pillars. You could do this with trees, with nature. You could
Torvekek's
form-
falling to his death, and Grunkle is arguing in his mind still about tunnels.
I mean, to be
Of
fair,
course.
Grunkle's over there sitting in his own prison of his mind, being like, "Oh man, no, this Grunkle that's arguing against me is also insufferable." Yeah, but Grunkle, like, all you have to do is get up. You're not crippled at all.
No,
Yes, but
no,
Grumble,
I refuse.
Grunkle's had some really bad things that he's done, and maybe
Another white
Grunkle
streak
needs to
grows in
admit
his hair.
that he killed people and that he should be responsible for that, like the people here do.
Okay, we're good.
Can I stop?
Yeah, you're done.
Okay.
Okay. Carwyn,
Okay.
you send Kestrel out. Kestrel being her bird, for anyone that's missed it. She has a pet bird, a hawk, that is doing a sweep, doing basically an aerial circle around you guys, and you picked up some information from that. You have one action left.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Ooh. I am going to... Can I hand the rope in my hand to Jess and replace my hand with the rope and then jump off? Or would that be 2 actions?
So you're holding onto the rope, you're holding onto her hand, you're trying to bring her hand up to grab the rope?
Yeah, so she has a sturdier hold on not falling off.
Absolutely. That would be allowed.
Okay.
It's going to take... I think it'll take a combined coordination test between you and her. Both of you will need to succeed.
Is it
Do you want to attempt this?
standard
Yeah? You're ready?
or
Okay.
challenging?
This is going to
Yeah.
be a standard test.
Okay. Goodness.
From
Yay.
Carwyn, a 44 or less, she got a 40. That is a success. From Jess now.
Come on, Jess.
As you hold the rope and you hold Jess, you pull her arm up and you feel her slip from your grasp. You reach down, you grab her, as I'm going to use one of my misfortune points to reroll.
I was gonna say we
Thank
paid the
goodness.
price for you. We gave you.
Rerolling, she grabs hold of the rope, now holding herself.
Yes.
She wraps her arm around it, holding herself firm in this rope. That frees you up.
Okay.
However, while I would have allowed more actions, I think with her having a reroll, this has taken time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you'll need to
Yeah.
take any more actions in the next turn.
Yeah. That sounds good.
That brings us to the Hunger Shades. I think at this point, Grunkle, you're the only one I need to roll. This is going to be a challenging awareness check. Actually, standard, if you will. Pardon me.
Oh, okay. I was sitting here like I was like, I need to find the unmute button, and also thing that can make my situation better. Standard. I
Yeah,
will
it's going
take
to be
it.
a standard awareness. Okay.
21
21
out of 45.
Yep, perfect. Okay. As you're finally clicking to, and you're maybe turning to see why your cage door is opening, and you see as you turn, you see that Nialthrendir seems to be opening up the cage, and kind of holding it open as almost like a "we need you" kind of moment. And you notice also behind you, as the horsemen have rode off, you see the Hunger Shades at the back of the start of the bridge are starting to turn and take off in a full pounce, chasing the horsemen.
Oh, so it's like they're fleeing, but they're a distraction fleeing.
It is Grunkle's turn. What would you like to do?
I feel like Grunkle would feel a sense of like payback in a sense. Like I saved you at Neanderthal. God, I can't.
You call him Neanderthal?
Nealthrandir.
He's not a Neanderthal.
I had to spell. Honestly, I was like, oh yeah,
Perfect.
no. You spent all that time learning that name. You should know it. Yeah, I have to go back to my notes. Nealthrandir
Okay.
is how I say it.
Yeah, Nealthrandir.
Yeah, Grunkle saved him in the last episode that they're in. I'm pretty sure. And
Yeah,
so
you did. He was
This is
held
payback.
on by your arm as he was flying off the back.
I didn't let him die. Now he's not going to let me give up. Maybe I'm not Grunkle. Maybe I have a real name. I still want to go out and save the day, but I feel like Grunkle. Does Grunkle need to roll resolve again?
He will need to roll resolve, but as you've had Torvekek spend an entire turn trying to help you, you're trying to fight against it. Now Nealthrandir, Jesus pickles.
Yeah, no,
is
it's hard. That's a
no,
hard
you
name.
did this. Nealthrandir is also one of your captors, the captor who was smacking your cage with a sword, telling you to shut up and stop, dancing around and stuff, stop twerking. He is now opening up your cage, trying to motivate you to act. In the very least, to save your friends. And it's at this moment that you're going to have a resolve check at routine difficulty.
Oh, yeah. All right. You can't fail this, Grunkle, can you?
Grunkle, you got a 74. You needed a 52 or less. Would you like to reroll?
You're shaking your head no, Daisy?
No, I'm shaking my head in disappointment. Go ahead and roll if you want to.
Just disappointed in Grunkle.
I'm trying
Disappointed
my
in
best.
all of our rolls.
That's Zweihander. It's a
Grim
system
and
Delightful
perilous.
challenge.
Yeah. When the challenge is there, it's not likely to succeed. You succeed by wit, and I'm gonna spend a point and reroll.
I was going to say, you've got better than 50-50. So
Yeah, that's why I was like, I'm not even gonna consult further.
a 12
steal
out of
it.
52, you succeed. Grunkle, you stand to your feet. This will not count as one of your actions. You have 3 action points. What would you like to do?
I'd like for you to help me as the storyteller to spend these. My goal is to move out and pull the entire wagon system onto firm land.
Which wagon?
The cargo wagon is the one that's
The cargo
over,
wagon's
right?
about to go over. The prisoner wagon is slamming into the cargo wagon.
I guess if I'm coming out the back of the car or out of the prison wagon, I would pull from there, right?
You could. That would disengage the prison wagon from the cargo wagon, which is currently also pushing it over the edge. So it's naturally going over the edge, and now the prisoner wagon is slamming into it, which isn't helping. So you could pull the prison wagon back, which would make it not go over as fast, or you could attempt to get all the way up to the cargo wagon and assist there.
Does Grunkle have that leap of logic?
You've been in caravans and convoys before in the military. Your military, being a very large one, employs these quite often.
True.
You guys had to travel all across an entire continent. I feel like you would at least understand that much.
That's true. I have the militaristic background.
Mhm. So I think
So
you
yeah,
have some experience with military convoys, caravans, and the fact that it's like, okay, these are kind of your options. You got these two wagons. One you could get to easier, and it would provide a temporary assistance in the fact that it would make the cargo wagon go over slower. You could get to the other one harder, with more difficulty, and hopefully keep it from going over at all.
Yeah, the second option is what I want to do.
Okay. I'm going to need an athletics check from Grunkle, as both these wagons are still moving. You will need to run faster than both the wagons currently moving, get to the second wagon, and still be able to act. So it is going to take 2 action points just to get up to that wagon. To get out of your wagon, get around, and get up to the cargo wagon. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and if I can add to that, like as Grunkle goes out and goes around the left side of it or whatever, he grabs on with his arm, like as he's running, like trying to grab against the bars and propel himself forward.
Okay.
Just trying his best to go as quick as he can.
Okay.
The stupid fat fingers.
Grunkle,
Go for it.
do you have athletics trained?
Yeah, I do, but
It's not going to help you.
no, it isn't.
Mm-mm. All right, Grunkle.
I've still got brawn as my highest characteristic.
It's true.
So,
You got a pretty good chance at this. I believe it's 49% chance of succeeding.
and you said standard athletics?
You are going to have a standard athletics roll. It's taking 2 action points to get there. You have 2 fortune points in reserve.
Yeah, but we got to save at least one for Torvekek.
Yeah, it hasn't even reached his turn yet.
Yeah, he's falling, and I... God damn it, pick 36 out of 49.
36
I didn't
out of
waste
49.
our fate for Torvekek's life.
You didn't have to. As Grunkle, you jump out of the cart, the prison wagon, and you start running. Your feet still shackled together, making it all the more harder for you to get up there. You're kind of doing little bunny hops almost as you pull along this prison wagon, catching up to the first wagon. The 2 horses with their I know terms, the wooden pieces that go up off the wagon that are connected, and they have like the ropes and tethers to the horses. Insert their terminology. You grab that wooden bar that goes where the horses are. So now there's 2 horses and a Grunkle trying to pull this wagon back up onto the bridge. And it's at this point we're going to go to Torvekek's turn. As Torvekek, you scream out as you hang upside down, your foot caught in the wagon wheel of the cargo wagon. Over the side of the bridge, upside down, you're swinging with the wagon as you feel all of a sudden the wagon stop. Motionless. The cold, brisk air whizzing by your face as it whips through this chasm. What would you like to do?
Is there... I want to try and climb up, but I feel like that'd be a bad idea.
You absolutely could. You're currently on a rotating mechanism. You're on a wagon wheel that is just...
Yeah, but I'm hanging by my foot, right?
You are, yes. But you're not very tall, no offense. So you just have to, It'd be a lot easier for you to write yourself than like Grunkle.
But I don't have athletics trained. Damn it.
This is true. This has come up multiple times. This is not a great position to be in. What I will say, if you want to take it slow, we can do it in 2 actions. If you want to take it fast, we can do it in 1 action. Depends to you if you want to save actions or use them.
Let's take it a little bit slower.
Slower? Okay. It's going to be a coordination test to right yourself and get attached to the wagon properly. And then it will be an athletics test to start climbing up. So it would save you from hanging upside down by just your foot and allow you to start climbing up. So it's going to be a coordination test. And right now it's going to be challenging as you are trying to coordinate on a spinning wagon wheel.
Well, I'm doing it.
Don't crit fail. You needed a 27 or less. You got a 67. Would you like to reroll?
Nope.
No? Okay. You have 2 action points left. What would you like to do?
Let's try it again.
So you do want to reroll?
No.
Oh. I would allow something different. If you didn't want to just write yourself on this wagon wheel, you can maybe use the momentum of the wagon wheel to like reach over and grab the wagon to start pulling yourself up.
Yeah, but that would dislodge my foot from the wagon wheel.
It would, and it would be an athletics test.
There's no way out of this for me.
You just got to make the roll. The dice tell.
There's literally nothing I can do.
I've given you 2 options. There's multiple options. I mean, there's other things you could try.
Both result in death.
Maybe.
I probably wouldn't have hung on to my pitchfork.
Probably not. In the moment that you had to jump out of the prison wagon, go up top. No, probably not.
And I don't have anything on me because I'm a prisoner, right?
You have shackles. Speaking of which,
It'd be the shackles on my feet that I would still have.
you're shackled to Wilfer's dead body.
Ah, shit.
I just realized this makes this so much more entertaining. You guys, Torvekek ran out of his prison cell, climbed to the top of the jail cell, ran across the jail cell, jumped, all while dragging Wilfer's dead body. It's no wonder you failed your jump, as you're now swinging from your foot. But we note you're swinging from your foot on this wagon wheel. And your foot is still attached to Wilfer. So where the hell is Wilfer? I'm going to say at this point, you're back to back, hanging upside down with Wilfer. It's a dead body just right behind you. That is the situation we find ourselves in. Which gives you a third option. You could re-roll this with one of your fortune points to coordinate and position yourself on this rocking wagon wheel. You could swing with the wagon wheel with an athletics check to grab onto the wagon and start pulling yourself that way. Or you could pull Wilfer down, raising yourself up as like a what's that thing called? Pulley system?
Pulley?
Yeah. That's the three options I've just thought of. You come up with whatever.
Did one of us fall in between the wagon wheel and the spokes then?
No, it's basically your foot is holding both of you up.
So how would the pulley thing work then?
It's a great question. Yes, you guys are. Yes, we'll say yes. Listen, all right. Okay, between the wagon wheel and the wagon, right? So you got the wagon wheel that turns here. You fell here, so you are hung over the top. I'm a good DM. You're hung over the top, and you could use it as a pulley system if you choose to do so. I thought of that long ago. I wrote that. It was in there.
I mean, you're upside down and you're panicking. You
Yeah,
might
you don't
feel
know.
like it's just your foot stuck in there, and then you realize, okay, no, the chain's wedged.
None of these options are great. I'm gonna try and free roll, I guess.
To reroll with the fortune point? Okay.
Yeah.
This one doesn't cost you an action, but it also didn't help you. Would you
No.
like to reroll?
Nope.
Okay.
There's like fog underneath us that just conceals that there's a mattress factory, an open air mattress factory underneath us.
You have 2 action points still remaining. You could try one of my other methods or come up with one of your own. What would you like to do?
I'm just gonna hang here. That'd be fine.
Seriously?
None of the other options are good, and they all require athletics. And my rolls have not been great on athletics.
You get nowhere if you don't try.
But I die if I do try.
Who says?
Especially on stuff that'll be harder than what I just tried to do.
You just can't crit fail.
Do you see how close I've been getting to crit failing?
No. I would say you should send it. Torvekek still has a mission.
He does still have a mission.
To try every ale in every town.
Listen, he
Yeah.
has a mission.
Yeah.
Were you trained to quit?
No.
To give up?
All right, let's try it. Let's try it.
Which one?
Fucking,
Or something
let's-
else. It could
Let's
be
go with the magical pulley option.
It's a great pulley option. It's very well designed. Okay. How the hell am I going to coordinate this? Okay. With this pulley system idea that I came up with a long time ago.
Wait. Shadow. Is the shadow still around, right?
Shadow is 100% still around.
Yeah, Peter Pan.
Grunkle or
right.
Grunkle? No. Torvekek very much has a shadow. This is very true.
Would Mr. Shadow Man? Well, he can't pull me up, can he?
If you remember under your background, On your character
Yeah.
sheet, you go over to background, go down to character notes. You can see that there are things your target could do, or your shadow could do. I would allow the restraining option to be used for this. It's basically it is grabbing and restraining Wilfer.
All right. Can he like keep Wilfer from falling?
If you have it grab and restrain the wagon wheel, that would tether, it would be holding onto the wagon wheel and you're tethered to it.
Okay. I get the restraint thing,
Mhm.
but if I'm not tethered to the wagon wheel, I'm tethered to the chain, which is loosely hanging over the wagon wheel.
To your shadow. So if your shadow is holding on and you're connected to your shadow.
Okay, is that how that works? Okay.
You don't know, actually. You're not. This is a you've never tried it.
Can I have the shadow up on the wagon wheel hold on to the chain?
Hold on to the chain that you're connected to? Oh, you want it
Yes.
like on the wagon wheel holding your chain?
Yes.
You can attempt.
Let's try that.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so I technically need to make a
You have
coordination
to
test
roll for the
challenging.
chain.
Yeah.
Or
so
gravity, I guess.
what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to make your attempt one step easier.
Okay.
So instead of standard, it's going to be routine, and you are attempting to do the pulley system still.
Yeah.
Okay, what I am going to have you roll. Okay. I need a serious answer from Torvekek. When you were in the deep, did you use siege engines?
I don't know if he would have used them. He would have saw them in use in the bigger caverns, but he was an infantry guy, not so much a siege engine guy. He would have seen how they worked in tassing. He would have seen them fire, but he never would have worked on them.
Okay. Okay.
You were hoping for a different answer.
No, it's your character. You say I had one idea in my head of a way it could have worked. That way wouldn't work with your backstory, so I don't want to use that. But I've got another way that this can work. So what I'm going to say is I will allow you to roll this as a toughness check if you're okay taking damage, because if you remember, your shackle hurts when it gets pulled away from you. Grunkle revealed that to you.
Yeah.
If
I'm
you
not
wanted-
doing any good down here.
If you want to attempt not to take damage, it'll be an athletics check. Otherwise, you can roll it as a toughness check, which you are trained in.
Yeah, let's go with toughness.
Okay, so remember toughness at routine difficulty, because your shadow is helping you. Which
Toughness.
won't make sense to a lot of people out there. It doesn't even really make sense to him.
Son of a bitch.
You need a
Reroll.
74 or less.
no,
You got a
reroll.
92. Would you like to
No.
reroll? You have 1 fortune point remaining.
I've already used one.
Yeah, but 74. Come on, man.
Daisy.
That's one of the best rolls you'll ever get
Use
in this
it.
game.
The alternative is not great.
Not great. Understatement.
Yeah.
Torvekek has a win for the first time in his life.
Let's go.
The first time this season he succeeds at something.
Worth it. So now Grunkle's going to get explosion damage against him from the Hunger Shade.
What a pull. Literally. Okay. Torvekek, this is what happens to you. Let me get caught up in my notes here. Okay. As Torvekek, as you pull on your chain, your shadow, a living embodiment, a sentient figure outside of yourself, crawls up the wagon. Only you are able to see this. As you see a shadowy figure crawl up the wagon, holding onto the wagon wheel, reaching down, and instead of grabbing the chain, it grabs your hand. As you go to grab the chain, it grabs your hand, and you feel a connection. And the next thing you notice is you're on the wagon, holding the wheel, holding the chain that is connected to Wilfer, and not you.
Holy shit.
That is going to take your full turn.
Did I just trade places with my shadow?
That's going to take us over to the Lost Sons. Oh, this is going to be interesting. As
many fortune points.
Yeah, we got a lot of fortune points to work with here. I'm going to need a drive check as these wagons are having a situation, but one of them is currently held fast by Grunkle. So that's going to take us to a standard roll for them. Thankfully, I have fortune points to spend. I'm going to reroll. And I succeeded. Okay, we're good. You guys got a fortune point back in your pool, but it allowed the Lost Sons to not drive Grunkle and the whole wagon off the edge. Okay, so basically what this is Grunkle, as you grab the wagon, insert word here, help me out, comments, that holds on to the horses and is connected to the wagon, you have held fast this wagon to where it is not actively slipping over the edge anymore. For the moment. Even Grunkle's strength is limited. It's at this point that the prison wagon is able to break free and is no longer pushing the wagon off the side. However, this wagon is also still moving. So I'm going to need... Actually, you know what? With their reroll, they succeeded. They are going to swerve around Grunkle, not hitting him, as you stand out in the middle of the road. They break free of the wagon, swerve all the way around. They don't go over the other side, and continue moving down the stone bridge, pulling away from you guys. Okay, I am going to need checks from these other Lost Sons. Oh, she's not good at this. I lied. She's great. As you see Jess holding onto this rope that she has been saved with, rolls herself over, grabs the cargo, and begins climbing towards the front of the wagon. I need one more check from them, as Jeremy needs to pull himself together. Come on, Jeremy. Jeremy has a 20% chance to pull himself together? Jeremy!
Damn it, Jerbear.
Jeremy! This is not what I needed right now. I don't know if that's worth re-rolling.
Yes. Yeah, it is.
You just
Jerbear
fortune points.
Dude, Jerbear needs a win this week.
I mean, in your defense, yeah, it gives you guys the fortune points. Really a win all the way around, I guess, if I re-roll it, because it gives you guys
it's
the fortune
almost
points.
like
And
I'm incentivized to make you keep re-rolling.
okay, he still failed by a lot. He did better, but he still failed by a lot. Do I save 2 fortune points? How many times are you allowed to re-roll? Do we ever find that out?
I think there's no limit in this one.
Just as long as you have fortune points.
Yeah. I know that Mithras is you can only roll once and then you're done and dusted. But games like Savage Worlds and Zweihander, I think you can keep re-rolling.
I'm going
and
to
also
re-roll.
It's a house roll.
I'm
You
going to
can do it
re-roll. Yeah, I'm going to re-roll, but I'm not going to spend my last one because I have a feeling I might need it. I'm going to re-roll one more time. He has a 20% chance to succeed this.
You got this, Jerbear.
Oh no! That's a
Critical
crit.
failure?
Yeah.
You don't got this, Jerbear.
That's not what we wanted to see! Jeremy! Holy shit. Jeremy's gonna spend his action to cry.
What a loser.
Jeremy has spent his action to cry. That takes us to Carwyn. Carwyn, we left you in a position. You had just saved Jess by at least allowing her to right herself on the side of this cargo wagon. You now also hang off the side of this cargo wagon. You've gotten some information from your bird. You kind of have an idea of what's going on. The wagon has all of a sudden stopped for a moment. What would you like to do?
I would like to get my footing back onto the wagon properly.
Mm-hmm.
And if
I think you're good on
successful-
that because I think you crit successed with
yeah.
Jess. I think you're good on that. So you're pretty
okay.
stable hanging on the side of this wagon.
Okay. Then
You're-
I want to like.
You're hanging on the far side, not the side that the prison wagon ran into, just so we're clear.
Didn't get squished.
Yeah, no squishing. Yeah.
I want to like get myself up to the driver's seat and try and pull the driver out of the driver's seat. Not like toss him off, but like move him just out of the way, like behind where the other people were sitting.
Okay, you're trying to move the driver up to the back of the wagon
Mm-hmm.
that's hanging off the side of the bridge.
Well, it's a big wagon, and there was already 3 people sitting on there, so I'd imagine there's either 2 bench seats.
Yeah, it's just moving weight to the back of the wagon is what I need to be assured of.
Yeah. Well, I would switch my place with them,
True.
is the goal.
Does Radic weigh more than you?
How much does he weigh?
You don't know.
Probably.
You can't
looking
ask
at-
old men that.
looking at the number, probably.
Okay.
Um,
So we know at first you want to climb up to the front.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be a challenging athletics roll.
Okay. Oh no.
I was gonna say Jeremy failed, so you could succeed, and then I scrolled down and it was
No. Isn't that my like 3rd this session?
These are a lot of crits. I was gonna say before
Oh my
I didn't want to
gosh.
interrupt your turn, but there's a lot of crits happening this episode, and they are not in your favor. It's somewhere.
I mean, it's worth noting that it's crit failure for this system is double digits that are failure.
Yep.
So if you're not good at a skill, it's a
Higher
lot
chance.
more goddamn likely that you'll just start crit failing.
Mm-hmm.
You lose your footing, and you begin to fall. I am going to need. Thankfully, someone's able to help you, as there is someone also hanging off the side of the wagon. I am going to need a cooperative coordination test between the 2 of you, Carwyn and Torvekek.
This is gonna go badly.
Standard?
We have 3 fortune points, guys. It's not all is not yet lost.
I'm scrolling up. Torvekek, you got a crit success on your last roll. You are in a pretty good damn position. Carwyn, you are not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Carwyn, your coordination test is going to be challenging. Torvekek, yours is going to be routine.
God.
Hey, she
Yo, with the success! Torvekek, no!
God damn it! Torvekek!
Torvekek! Not like this! You have 3 fortune points, Torvekek. You need a 47% or less. Let's go!
Here we go, Torvekek. That's the Torvy we know.
As Carwyn, you lose your grasp and you start falling backwards, Torvekek grabs you this time, holding you up to the side of the wagon.
Yeah, you come here often?
Perfect.
Okay, Torvy, bringing the charm all of a sudden.
That is going to bring us to Grunkle.
Welcome to hanging off the hanging off precariously off a wagon club.
Grunkle, you are struggling. Your emotions are sapped. You're in a dark place. You are holding this wagon with all your might. The horses are struggling. So between you and the horses, you can feel all three of you are getting tired. You are not sure that you can pull this wagon up. You've got too much weight between the cargo, the people scrambling around on it, flopping all over like fish, throwing themselves to the back of the wagon, just weighing it down. You feel yourself begin to lose your footing. You're not sure how long you can hold this wagon for. What would you like to do? And to remind you, at this point, you're not sure if Torvekek is alive. You're not sure if Jess is alive. And now Carwyn's also gone over the side. You're not sure if she's alive. The only thing you're aware of is Titus and Nealthandir and the woman that you guys never asked her name are in a wagon safe rolling across the stone bridge. And you can see Radic, who is just staring blankly off into space, alongside Jeremy, who's crying in the front seat of this wagon that you're holding on to that is about to go over the side. That is the position you are in. What would Grunkle like to do?
I mean, Grunkle is in a position of bad vibes himself, but I think seeing a small human, well, they're all small to me, but a human crying
Makes you hungry.
And knowing that my friends are probably dead and that my emotions have been sapped, Grunkle is going to take this moment to look within himself and have an inner monologue that is cut down for time.
Is this inner monologue said out loud?
No, it's
Okay.
probably just a realization of looking back on the things he's done wrong, the times he's failed, every time he killed somebody, and then it was like, oh no, you didn't do the right thing. You should not have hurt them. They were the hero. You become the villain by killing them.
Shout out to
The whole
Garthok.
reason we're here. Grunkle wants to prove his name wrong and buy back his real name. Grunkle is going to try and not be a Grunkle and push as hard as he can to save everything. He wants to pull this everything over the edge,
Okay.
up onto the.
I was like, wait, you're pushing the wagon now? Hang on.
No, pull. I'm gonna push against or pull against to get it up onto
Okay,
land.
okay,
Grunkle wants to save the entire thing to prove he's not Bad Ogre, he's not Grunkle.
I will let you know at this point, if you want to pull this wagon up using your might, it's going to be an arduous athletics test.
Arduous. Which one is that? Which one is that?
There's currently a lot of weight and a lot of bodies swinging around at the back of this wagon currently. You have 5 bodies on top of this wagon, plus all the supplies that the Lost Sons own. 3 of those bodies are swinging around at the back, making it very difficult to haul this thing up. You currently have a arduous check to pull this wagon up. You have 2 fortune points. Okay. You needed a 19 or less. You got a 95. Would you like to reroll?
One time. Click, click, pull.
You got an 85. Would you like to reroll?
Guys, how hilarious would it be if I rolled an 11? It's a 1% chance of that happening, and that'd be a critical success.
Possible.
It is possible. It's just as possible as rolling any other number.
I'm willing to fail there, but if you guys want to let me use the last fortune point, just let me know, and I'll give it that.
Go ahead.
As long as you don't get a crit fail, we should be fine.
Before you roll this, this is where we are going to leave off on this episode of King's Crossing episode 9. Thank you everyone for watching.
No!
Huge shout out to my players. Thank you guys, everyone, for playing. Make sure you guys go check out our Patreon. We do behind the scenes looks at these, break down the episodes, basically 4 episodes at a time. I gather my players together, whoever's available, and we do full breakdowns where we discuss all the thoughts and emotions and everything that went into these. So check out Patreon, support us over there if you'd like to see more of our content. Otherwise, that's it from this. We will see you. You'll see more of them in episode 11. Thank you all for watching. Till next time.
Adios.
Wrath. No.